Road safety education in schools to be ramped up. A community college student stabbed following a dispute on campus. City businesses hoping to cash in on Valentine sales.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Welcome. Good evening to you. I'm Tisha Hines. Time for the news. Now, the little boy who was struck by a car in an accident on Monday on his way home from school has been reunited with his family and appears to be on the mend. 6-year-old Dakaru Edwin was discharged from the hospital, and his mother, Natasha Martindale, tells CBC News doctors at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital have informed her he has no broken bones and no internal bleeding.
He still has a few aches and pains, but we're hoping for the best. In head is the most part that is right now giving him the most pain. The legs, but he coming through.
Ms. Martindale, who says she is yet to watch the video circulating showing her son being hit by a car while crossing the road, explains he was on his way home from school with his other siblings who were walking behind him. She says the family is thankful for the overwhelming support they've received from at the scene of the accident until now.
As soon as my granddad told me that, I was still trying to get it to grips, but then I sent my granddad first, and it's when I got there, then I saw all the young fellas from like Vietnam and I think maybe Blackwater in the area. They were really assisting with him. They had a nurse lady, they had a BDS support, and then what mostly relieved me was when the scan came back that there were no broken bones. That was my most and happiest, weightlifting moment.
We certainly wish him a full and speedy recovery. And following that accident, the Ministry of Education will be ramping up road safety education in schools and wants motorists to be aware of children crossing the street. This development is coming following a young male student being hit, as we told you, by a vehicle while crossing the road on his way home. Anesta Henry again has that story.
The unfortunate incident of a minor being struck by a car at President Kennedy Drive has prompted renewed calls for motorists to slow down. Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer-Bradshaw tells CBC News students are taught road safety protocols in schools.
I would appeal to all motorists to slow down. If you're in the vicinity of a school, I'm going to ask them to slow down. Children sometimes make mistakes when crossing the road, when on the road, or otherwise. And we have to look out for children making the kinds of mistakes that may have occurred about 2 days ago.
Dr. Archer-Bradshaw says for many years, teachers have been teaching children how to use the road the correct way. She says while the ministry intends to step up its efforts to push road safety education in schools, she is asking parents to continue to speak to their children about walking on and crossing the road. About a year ago, retired police inspector Leon Blades presented a Keeping You Safe highway code book with a focus on road safety practices among school-aged children to the Ministry of Education.
The Ministry of Education will seek to put more of these books in our schools so that our children are aware of how to use the road safely. I think that it was a very good initiative at the point in time, and I think that it will be a good initiative once again to push the books in our schools.
The National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations also wants parents to guide their children how to watch out for dangers on the road. General Secretary Nicole Braffett says this is a must.
These reminders, even if they can't take them out on their own, you used to have a big brother, big sister, somebody from the community who's going in the same direction, or they can walk home with others. This gives them some more safety. It's really unfortunate what has taken place, but we want parents to be, speaking to their children, and we want everyone to be looking out for our children as they are moving from home to school and school to home. out on the road.
And the Barbados Road Safety Association is reiterating that drivers should be exercising due care and attention and also reasonable consideration for other road users. President Roland Lowe says motorists should also have on their thinking caps when in school zones or areas where they see children.
Common sense, because if you're in an area like that, around the times when school persons are on their, children are on, students are on their way to school or on their way from school, you know, the 8:30, 9 o'clock, that 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock range, then 2, 3 o'clock range, you know, and just in general around the area of schools, you should be looking for children making their way to and from the school premises.
While the law does not speak to speed limits in school zones, drivers should use their discretion at all times. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
A stabbing incident at the Barbados Community College left students in shock and forced a lockdown of the campus. According to the Barbados Police Service, the incident occurred just after 2 this afternoon at the Erie Howells Crossroads St. Michael Institution. Police say a 19-year-old student received several injuries in the area of his torso and was transported to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital via ambulance. He is said to be in serious condition. The incident caused a temporary stop to classes. Chairman of the board, Dr. the Honorable Alison Leacock, in reaction to the development, says violence has no place on the campus, and she stresses the college will take all necessary steps to manage and resolve conflict and enhance security. Dr. Leacock also praised Principal Annette Aline for management of the situation, as well as all involved at the swift response.
Our collective support and action will make a positive difference in times like these, because in reality, both families, as well as the BCC family, are all affected by scenarios like this. So the board will ensure any and all measures are put in place to strengthen our environment for the health, safety, and well-being of all staff and students.
Defense force rushed to the scene. Police are asking anyone with information on the incident to call District A Police Station at 430-7242 or 430-7270, Police Emergency at 211, Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477, or the nearest police station. The public is assured that all information received will be strictly confidential. One man is dead and 2 others injured in an early morning shooting. The incident took place around 1:30 a.m. at 2nd Avenue, Vauxhall, over in Christchurch. The deceased has been identified as 43-year-old Ramel Cattle of number 2 Vauxhall. Police say the condition of the 2 injured is not known at this stage. Investigations are continuing. Businesses in the city are hoping for favorable Valentine's Day sales. Many of them have well-stocked shelves and are waiting for that last-minute rush. Onesta Henry has that report.
Chocolates, flowers, jewelry, wines, roses or gift cards, businesses in Bridgetown are ready for Valentine's Day sales. And even though the day recognized universally as the Day of Love is days away, store owners and managers are saying that people are already searching for that perfect gift. Senior sales associate at Pandora, Juanita Down, says the store has a wide selection of pieces for Valentine's.
Yes, we have customers already know how Pandora actually goes when it comes to Valentine's, especially special occasions, I should say. We have customers already, men especially, shopping early for women, rings and necklaces, just to make sure they have the right piece for their loved ones.
Bridgetown Duty Free is celebrating the month of February with a special promotion, Love is the Key. Store's operations manager, Stacey Wharton, says the store has restocked popular fragrances and other items which sold out last Christmas.
We have a few early shoppers, but as you know, Barbadians are late customers, so we are expecting later in the week and next week to be busier as far as Valentine's is concerned.
Gift baskets and I Love You heart-shaped balloons are on display for all to see at Imperial Gifts and Balloons City Center Mall. Managing Director Althea Wells says her business is also offering roses in a variety of colors.
People are ordering already, putting in the orders. Some people are taking balloons already and getting the buys ready. They're looking at the buys that are already finished and going to come back to get them.
While the feeling that Valentine's Day is coming is missing from Swan Street, city businesses are anticipating the usual last-minute rush from shoppers to start early next week. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
Thanks, Onesta. CBC NewsNight will be right back. Government, through the Foreign Currency Permits Bill 2025, is ensuring Barbados is a competitive jurisdiction. The bill makes better provisions for the grant of a foreign currency permit to any qualified entity that earns 100% of its annual income in foreign currency and for related matters. It was up for debate in the Upper House on Wednesday. Minister of Energy and Business and Leader of Government Business, Senator Lisa Cummins, revealed when the regime commenced in 2019, 586 new entities applied, and that has grown.
As at the end of last year, 2024, we now find ourselves in a position where 314 new foreign currency permit holders entered the market, 151 of the 2352 of the previous year renewed, and we have now a total of 2,465 foreign currency permit holders. You can see the progression, therefore, Mr. President, from 2019 when the regime began and 2024, where we just finished the financial year.
Opposition Senator Ryan Walters, in his contribution, called for greater efforts to be made to attract foreign direct investments.
In 2018, Mr. President, just in case one of the senators was making a comment did not hear me, in 2018, Mr. President, the net foreign direct investment was $464.8 million. In 2019, Mr. President, that fell 19% to $375.3 million Barbados dollars. In 2019, Mr. President, the Barbados Day Party administration had 1 full year of governance. In 2021, Mr. President, that amount was $417.8 million. In 2023, it was $449.8 million, all below the amounts in 2018, pre them coming to office, $464.8 million.
Independent Senator Kevin Boyce views the foreign currency permits bill as another attempt to improve the ease of doing business.
Now, that being said, sir, the process is still burdensome and time-consuming, and something which the minister who spoke to lead off the bill has indicated quite clearly. The need for foreign currency is really driven, in my mind, sir, and this is without any economic basis or training, by two things. We're either using it in the spending category, where as Barbadians we want certain luxuries or we want certain things that make life a little easier, comforts. Then, of course, there are the needs in terms of a business.
Another independent senator, Andrew Malalou, signaled his support for the foreign currency permits bill, noting it is fixing something the island shouldn't have gotten wrong in the first place.
I just want to use this as an example to make the point that I have made a number of times before. When you have an uncompetitive economy, you have to have laws to make you artificially competitive. And when we get this wrong, and we make a mistake as we did here, and we left one small aspect out, we fall back to the natural state. High duties, high taxes, uncompetitive. So we have to come back and we have to fix it. For me, the solution to all of these things has always been, let us have a naturally competitive environment so we don't have to put artificial measures in place to make us competitive.
Member of Parliament for St. Peter Colin Jordan is urging students to practice good qualities that led former Prime Minister Owen Arthur assuming leadership of the country for 14 years. The Minister of Labour, Social Security and Third Sector told students at All Saints Primary School that if they want to become as successful as Mr. Arthur was, they must value their education, read, practice being punctual and prepared. He was speaking to the students of the primary school, which Mr. Arthur attended as part of the Heroes of St. Peter activity of the parish's We Gathering 2025 celebrations.
You have to practice speaking, practice exchanging with people, and using good words, not shouting, hollering, cursing, those kinds of things. That doesn't make you articulate. That makes you a vagabond sometimes. You need to be able to talk and express yourself. So he was articulate. He was self-confident. And like I said just now, that helped him to be articulate. You are self-confident when you know what you're talking about so that you can express yourself. And he was also a visionary. He knew what he wanted.
Meanwhile, students of the Coleridge and Parry School heard about the life of old scholar Rufus Theophilus Broome, who had a trailblazing career as a cleric, serving as the first black Barbadian bishop. Head of the school's General Studies Department, Akiri Adams, told the students that, like Bishop Broome, who came from humble beginnings, education can change their lives.
Bishop Broome was a good student. And as I mentioned earlier, he went to the Parry School in St. Lucie, and then he transferred here to the Coleridge and Parry School, where he excelled academically. And that is a message to all of you students who are gathered here this morning. Despite your personal circumstances, despite your economic background, I need all of you to understand that education can transcend your experience and can propel you in life.
Sports is just ahead with Damien Best.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Time now for sports. Seems the Pride are bringing some pride, Damien.
That's a nice pun there, Tisha. Good evening to you. Good evening to our viewers and listeners. Indeed, centuries from West Indies captain Craig Brathwaite and stylish right-hander Jonathan Drakes have given Barbados Pride the edge against the West Indies Academy in that second round fixture of the Cricket West Indies 4-day championship. Winning the toss and opting to bat in the day-night fixture at Kensington Oval, the Pride were moments ago 333 for 2. Brathwaite is 136 not out, his 33rd first-class century, while Drakes was dismissed for 117, his second first-class ton. That knock included 14 fours and 4 sixes. Now earlier, Zachary McCaskey fell 1 run short of a half-century with 49. Well, live coverage of that match continues on radio station 94.7 FM. Over at Arnottsville in St. Vincent, the Windward Islands Volcanoes are taking on the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force in a day-night match as well. Scores in that one, the Volcanoes 166 all out. Kavim Hodge scoring 126, while Carrie Pierre and Yannick Carrier took 4 wickets apiece. TNT in reply 61 for 1 moments ago. Over at the Guyana National Stadium, combined campuses and colleges 279 for 6 at stumps against the hosts Guyana Harpy Eagles. And at the Viv Richards Stadium in Antigua, Jamaica Scorpions reached 306 for 9 at stumps against the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. Captain John Campbell scored 126. Well, Barbados will be hosting some key fixtures for both the men's and women's West Indies cricket teams, as revealed today when CWA unveiled the 2025 schedule, which runs from May to December, featuring a mix of home and away fixtures. Well, the Centre of Excellence at the Barbados Cricket Association will be restructured. That's the word from Senator and Chairman of the Youth Committee at the BCA, Gregory Nichols. He was speaking as the association honored the national under-17 and under-19 teams in the President's Suite of Kensington Oval for their outstanding performances in 2024. The under-17 squad retained the regional 2-day title and narrowly missed out on completing the double after rain forced their must-win 50-over match against host Trinidad and Tobago to be abandoned. Meanwhile, the under-19 team captured both the CWA Rising Stars 2-day and 50-over championships in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Mr. Nichols says the BCA is aiming to provide a high-performance environment for all of its cricket teams.
We are looking to restructure the Center of Excellence and to make it a truly high-performance center. You will remember that when the government spent money to redevelop Kensington Oval for the last ICC T20 World Cup, there was a set of money that was allocated for the building of the indoor facility here at Kensington Oval. And that facility is in train. Members of the BCA and Comey, who manages the facility here at Kensington Oval, toured the UK sometime late last year and looked at a number of the high-performance facilities across the United Kingdom at Loughborough University and around the English circuit. And the plans to design the old FB Armstrong building are well in train.
The chairman also outlined the areas that will be targeted.
We're talking about cricket skill development, more emphasis on strength and conditioning, recovery and injury management, also mental training, nutrition and performance, and a data-driven performance analysis. Gone are the days where your talent alone will carry you to the next level. The data-driven performance analysis is key to all high performance in any sport, and this is something that we are taking very seriously.
Well, that is the first half in sports. Tisha, when we come back in the second half, we got lots more, including some track and field.
Well, thank you so much, Damien. Coming up next, CBC's Newsnight, the business report. Barbados is on the cusp of negotiating new bilateral treaties and double taxation agreements with 4 new partners. Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins, says discussions will be held soon with countries and territories in Europe, Asia and Africa. The announcement was made during debate on the Foreign Currency Permits Bill 2025.
The negotiating team is preparing to travel next month to open negotiations with Germany. They will be continuing the second round of negotiations with Ghana, which we completed the first round in November and then into December. We will be opening also in March negotiations, Mr. President, with Hong Kong, and we expect that coming out of the work that we have started to do in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and the Invest Barbados team, along with the Barbados Revenue Authority and others, all of the global business community partners, that we will be implementing a new strategic plan for the rollout of the attraction of global business to Barbados.
Senator Cummins adds work has commenced to reposition Barbados as a global business hub.
What are the key things that we consider the mind of business? And we said to the team, we don't want you to consider the administrative part of it on our side only. We know what the regulatory parts of it require of us, but we want you to get into the mind of global business. What is the mischief that we are trying to correct? What makes Barbados more attractive a jurisdiction than another jurisdiction for like business? Because let me be clear, Barbados is not a BVI. They are a different jurisdiction than Barbados.
The Inter-American Development Bank has promised to continue being a steadfast partner to Barbados and the Caribbean. The commitment was given by President Ilan Golfajan during the 13th annual consultation with the governors of Caribbean member countries in the Bahamas. Barbados was represented by Minister in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, Senator Chad Blackman. The meeting was part of preparations for the IDB and IDB Invest annual meetings, which take place in Chile next month. Mr. Golfajan notes while regional economies have been among the best performing in Latin America and the Caribbean, the last few years have tested the resilience of states.
You know better than I do that there are challenges. First, Caribbean is vulnerable to climate. Second, there are violence and security issues that we need to deal with. Third, we need to increase investment to address productivity. Third, the Caribbean's dependence on imported food leaves food insecurity. So all these challenges are also opportunities. So we have been leading in marine conservation in the Bahamas. In Barbados, we are recognized as a world leader in climate action.
Here's a look now at how these stocks traded locally and regionally today.
In Jamaica, Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with 2,651,449 units was the volume leader, followed by Wigton Energy Limited and Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial. In Trinidad and Tobago, JMMB Group Limited was the volume leader with 200,000 shares changing hands for a value of Trinidad and Tobago $206,000, followed by Massey Holdings Limited. And here in Barbados, CIBC Caribbean Bank Limited was the volume leader, trading 4,364 shares at Barbados $2.10 each, and they were followed by Goddard Enterprises Limited and Emera Deposit Receipt.
Coming up, the weather with Carrie-Ann O'Neill. Time for some weather. Hopefully some great news from you, Carrie-Ann.
That's right, Tisha. Good evening to you and good evening, everyone. Well, we had weak instability in the atmosphere today, which generated partly cloudy skies along with just a few light showers. We are expecting that the ridge pattern will dominate later on tonight and into tomorrow. Now, the winds across the region, they are moderate, and we do have convergence maintaining showers and thunderstorms across the Guianas. The maximum temperature today was 30 degrees Celsius, the minimum 25 degrees. At present, the temperature stands at 26 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity 76%. The winds, they're coming in from the east. We take a look now at some atmospheric conditions across the region, where those temperatures are ranging from 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. The humidity shows moisture is building over in Antigua as well as Trinidad, and the winds, they're generally moderate across the region. We take a look now at our satellite feed, where we had weak instability maintaining partly cloudy skies along with just a few showers here in Barbados. We had up to 1 millimeter of rainfall in St. Philip. We are expecting that the ridge pattern will dominate tonight and into tomorrow. As such, tonight we can expect a mix of clear and cloudy skies along with just a few light showers. Now, the winds are moderate across most of the islands. They're quite gusty across some islands, and the seas moderate in open water with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We are urging small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. Now, further south, convergence maintained cloudy skies, showers and thunderstorms across some sections of the Guianas. Over now in the Western Caribbean, weak instability also maintained some showers over there in Hispaniola as well as Puerto Rico. That's our first look at the weather. After the break, we'll have the forecast. Welcome back. In the forecast for tomorrow, the sun is expected to rise at 6:24 and will set at 6:01. Now, high tide is expected at 9:48 a.m. and the first low at 2:56 in the early morning. The seas moderate in open water with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We are urging small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. The winds, they're coming in from the east, northeast to the east, and they're peaking at 35 kilometers per hour. For us here in Barbados tonight, we can expect the ridge pattern to be our dominant feature. As such, we can expect a mix of clear and cloudy skies along with a few brief light showers. And over the next 3 days, fair to partly cloudy skies along with light showers can be expected.
It's time to welcome Damien back.
Thanks so much, Tisha. Well, Blue Hosts are champions at Spring Memorial School for the first time since 2012. Blue amassed 428.50 points at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex today, with Purple second on 315.50, followed by Yellow with 297 points. Fourth was Red House with 287, and Green bringing up the rear with 247 points. Here's a look at some of the action from the morning session.
The girls from Government Hill traveling to Usain Bolt for their Inter-House Sports Day. Good to go for Spring Memorial, taking over the track, 400 meters. Let's start with the first formers. Steady as you go by all representatives. But let's skip ahead in the interest of time. On the home stretch, a battle royale between Mickey de Roche of red and Tajai Best of Yellow House. Stride for stride and shoulder to shoulder. But de Roche just stumbles over the line to take the win. As they say, no guts, no glory. More action this time. The closing stages of the under-15 girls. Greenhouse arrived on the scene, poised for the top of the podium. That's Shania Carrington showing lots of stamina in the brilliant sunshine. They would look but cannot touch. Green celebrating a minute and change on the clock. Tamara Mayers of blue, a distant second. And Sanea Ben of green even further back for third. Let's skip to the big girls now, under 18s. Purple sent out their speed merchant in Kenidra Morgan. After a brilliant start, she took them down one by one, going up the backstretch before transitioning to luxury mode with 100 meters to go. All the hard work done over 300 meters, and she will be richly rewarded despite fading at the end, digging deep and taking the victory in 1 minute, 1.37 seconds. Yellow was second via Azaria Aline, and third went to Ebony Jones of Purple House. Oh, we couldn't leave you without some sprints, 100 meters for the under-15 girls. Greenhouse with 3 entries, but only one will top the podium, and she's in lane 6. It's Carrington back to do the double. She will dust them off in 13.16 seconds. Naraya Reid of red was second in 13.57, and Chloe Taylor third of purple. If you thought that was speedy, Shania Boyce of Red House rewrote the script with a scorcher. Leaves them despondent with every passing second. The winning time, 12.21 seconds. Rahana Gamble of purple second, 12.68. And Nia Clark of blue, third. Finally, to the Division 1 section, a glorious start in the middle of the track from purple, and Sarah Nichols of yellow in lane 1. But there's a lean, mean machine next door in lane 3, wrapping Blue House. That's Romancia Wiltshire. Blink and you'll miss it. Champion in 12.32 seconds. Nichols, 12.44. Morgan of purple third, 12.97. Oh, what a good day it was at Spring Memorial School Sports.
Well, in a continued effort to promote life skills through sport for this island's youth, the Barbados Football Association has officially launched its latest hub in Valerie Britton's Hill. It's now the 5th hub as part of a joint effort between the BFA and government through the National Peace Program. BFA Special Projects Coordinator Amanda James explains that the initiative will comprise of a mixture of football and activities geared at educating and empowering future generations.
It's not about a club, it's about bringing communities together. There are several other hubs as well, and what we've done in the past is bring the teams together, but the communities together to form one hub. You may have seen in the media previously where we had the March and Match, where the National Peace Programme teams all came together as one. We're trying to ensure that the communities come together as one, and we show some love and, community spirit.
Member of Parliament for St. Michael South Central and Minister of Industry, Innovation, Science and Technology, Marsha Kettle, lauds the hub as an avenue for the youth to excel.
Here at grounds like this, Britton's Hill and others throughout these communities, football is life for a lot of these young people, and it's certainly a way for them to engage, have a sense of pride, develop certain skills, understand that team is not just about sports, but team is about how you interact with people and support them and receive support in your community. We're also happy to partner with and to support the work of the National Peace Programme. And the National Peace Programme's work in this community in particular bears out something that we've been saying, that in order for football to thrive at the national and regional and the highest levels, it requires investment in the community.
Indeed, and that is my time for sports tonight. Tisha, it's back over to you.
Hey, thank you so much, Damien. We'll be back after this break. Thanks for spending your time with us. Join us back here tomorrow, same time, same station. On behalf of the entire crew, have a great evening.